guys, we're shooting a new video series today and we're calling it Top 5. Here's the basic idea. We come up with an idea, top 5 cars blank, and then each of us pick our personal top 5. We don't tell each other, so it's going to be a surprise, and we get together and we read through them. So this week we're going to do top 5 cars to drive from Los Angeles to New York. Now if you're not familiar, that drives about 2,800 miles, depending on the route you take. Non-stop, that take about 41 hours in the car. If you drive 10 hours a day, that's over 4 days. You're going to drive through deserts, mountains, swamps, forests, cities, you name it, you're going to drive through it. So obviously the car you're going to want to pick for this journey is going to want to make it as easy as possible. So Walter, why don't you kick us off? What do you have for your number 5?
Miles, are we going to really drive through swamps?
We might do, so you better be prepared for it.
Okay, well I crossed the country a couple of times. I don't remember going through any swamps, but I don't know what route you're taking. Anyway, I wanted to put this into 2 categories. So the way I approach this is, what cars would I really want to drive where I'm having a lot of fun driving it? And then the other type of category I thought of was maybe I have a driver and somebody is driving me and I want to find something that's very luxurious or comfortable.
I like the way you're thinking. So
the first car I came up with that I'd really want to drive, and it also has the word America in it, most appropriately, is the Ferrari F60 America.
Ooh, nice choice.
Yeah, this is a really gorgeous car. Very, very expensive, very fast, a typical Ferrari. Tons of horsepower, tons of torque, and just gorgeous.
And hard to come by as well. They haven't made that many of them.
That's correct, yeah. And I'm sure going across country with this, if you could stay out of jail, you'll cross the country in a lot less time than what you mentioned.
I like it. Well, that's definitely a good choice. My number 5, I've gone for something a little less special than that. I've gone for a 2017 Ford Mustang convertible. Now I know it's not the most special car, but it is a pretty American car. And what better car for an American road trip than the Mustang? It's a star of movies and songs and TV shows. It's just a classic, and I think you're going to enjoy that trip in that car.
I would agree with that. I think that's a great choice.
So what have you got for number 4?
So my next car, I also thought of speed, and I came up with a 4-door, the Aston Martin Rapide.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. I always thought that this car looked really, really good. Almost looks like a 2-door, coupe. It's 4 doors, so if I needed to bring some extra passengers or I have plenty of trunk space, and do it in speed and in comfort.
Absolutely, and I think that's probably the car that James Bond would choose as well if he was going to drive from LA to New York. Good choice. Alright, for my number 4, I've gone a little bit different. I've gone with a Tesla Model X. Now, for obvious reasons, Tesla Model X is electric, so it's cheap to run. So you're going to be able to drive across the country without spending a single dime on gas. Now, Tesla have built this whole network of superchargers that crisscross the country, and if you bought your car before January 15th, you get free electricity. Now you can charge the battery on a Tesla up in about 40 minutes to get it to an 80% charge, and that's going to get you about 170 miles to the next charging station. So the downside is you're going to spend a lot of time charging your car, but you're not going to be paying any money for it, so that's an advantage.
What better way to cross the country in luxury and style than a Bentley Mulsanne? This car costs $300,000, weighs almost 6,000 pounds, has 500 horsepower, and is bathed in luxury leather and wood. Can't get much better than that.
I went for something very similar here, but I went another European manufacturer. I went for the Mercedes Maybach S600. So this is the new S-Class. It's not just a regular S-Class though, this is the pimped out S-Class. This car is ultimate comfort. It's 8 inches longer in the wheelbase and the overall length than the regular S-Class, which translates to over 6 inches of extra legroom in the back. Under the hood it's got a familiar twin turbocharged V12 engine, 6 litres. Produces 500 horsepower, but more importantly it's one of the smoothest engines and the smoothest transmissions, so when you're riding in this car you're not going to feel anything at all. It's going to be a complete luxury. Mercedes claim this is the quietest luxury sedan cabin on the market. From the right rear seat you can send the front seat all the way forward and fold up against the dash for maximum space. And I am assuming you're being driven in this car, not driving yourself. A couple of things I got to tell you. It's got individual climate zones with heated and cooled seats, as well as heated and cooled cup holders, so it'll keep your drink cold or hot. One thing I found incredible about this car is the rear screens. Not only can you watch television on them, surf the internet, they show you where you are at any given time, like you would get on an airplane. They also can tap into traffic cameras ahead so you can see the road ahead before you're even there. This car is incredible.
For my next choice, I was thinking with comfort and luxury again. And I thought, what better car that's much more comfortable than a Hearst?
All right, it's a little bit odd, but go on.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to cross the country, you could lay down, you get a coffin, you just lay down in the coffin and be completely comfortable,
You're not worried about the kind of strange looks you might get from people?
Well, I'll be inside of it. It's the driver
that's
who
true.
might get it.
Yeah. All right, okay, well, it's a little out there, but I like the way you think.
Yeah.
Well, Walter, for my next choice, I've gone a little bit different again. I've gone for the 2016 Ram 1500 pickup truck. Now, bear with me here. One reason for this choice, 2 words, fewer stops. This truck has the biggest fuel tank on sale today in America. It's a 32-gallon tank. It puts the total range of this car to 755 miles on one fill-up. Now, it is diesel, but with that kind of mileage, you could drive from LA to Santa Fe before you need to stop for gas. That means you only have to stop for gas 4 times, and you'll still have half a tank of gas when you arrive in New York. So I'm thinking about convenience here, and I know what you're thinking. Biggest tank doesn't mean best economy, but you'll be stopping less, and how long does it take to charge the Tesla each time? So I think it's going to pay for itself.
That's what I thought was kind of funny, Miles, is that you're on 2 extremes. The Tesla takes longest to recharge, and then you're worried about frequent stops.
I'm just presenting different options here for people.
And then the other thing I'm thinking about is you're probably going to have to stop more to go to the bathroom than you are going to have to stop for fuel.
Well, you might be right, but at least you don't have to stop a lot for fuel, so that's the advantage.
All right. So my last choice I came up with was, I wanted to go with a Porsche. I kind of like Porsches. And, I think Porsche has, the Porsche GT3 RS has this huge whale tail on the back. And you've made comments before that you think it's an ironing board.
Yeah, it does look a little like that.
It does look like an ironing board. But I came up with this car, and I think, going down the highway and the freeways, people would just look at you.
I'm a little bit worried about what that's going to do for your fuel economy with that huge thing hanging out the back of the car.
And, you got to be thinking downforce, right, Miles? I mean, this thing has got to have a ton of downforce.
I would hope so. Well, that certainly is a unique choice. All right, so for my final choice, I've gone for probably one of the most ultimate cars that money can buy today in 2017. Gone for the 2017 Bugatti Chiron. And I know what you're thinking about this car. You're thinking, I've picked the fastest car, but no. We have a little thing in this country called speed limits, unfortunately. So I haven't gone for the fastest car, I've gone for one of the quickest cars. This car will accelerate from 0 to 60 in just over 2 seconds. That means that every time you stop for gas, you stop for a coffee, you stop to take a break, you can get back up to the speed limit as quickly as possible. So this car is literally saving you time. You're going to get across the country quicker than any other car, and that's why I think it's the ultimate choice. So that's our selection, guys. We hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any other ideas that we should do for top 5 videos, be sure to comment below and we'll take a look at them. Until next time, thanks Walter, it's been fun.
Thank you.
See you next time. One word for you. It's actually 2 words. It's 2 words.